welcome to another video. And today I have a very special guest. I've got Lissa from Raw Food Romance on, one of my favorite raw vegan YouTubers, very inspiring, y'all. I followed a lot of her tips and it has helped me stay completely raw vegan for over a year when I was having a lot of trouble in the past. So definitely appreciative to have Lissa on, and today she's going to share with us about cravings. Ooh. And how to beat cravings and stay raw vegan long term. So what are your top tips, Lissa?
Well, cravings. First up, I have to say that cravings never ever go fully away. Like, we're always going to have cravings. Right. I mean, if you're stressed out, you're tired, you're bored, you go too long without eating, these kinds of things, the cravings are going to they're going to talk to you, basically.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Life happens.
Yeah. And it's not about willpower. Like, so many people say that they need all this willpower or they lack willpower, and that's why they give in to their cravings. But willpower is kind of, I think it's like an illusion. Like, it's not actually a real thing that you can have or you can cultivate. Sure. It's about your daily habits and what you're doing every single day. Yeah. One of my favorite quotes is, you don't control your future, you control your habits, and your habits control your future. So it's what you're doing every single day that gets you to your goals. Like, if you did your bicep, every day or every second day or whatever, right? You're gonna build your biceps. But if you can wishful thinking or whatever, right? And that's kind of like the willpower. It doesn't work. It's like wishful thinking. Like, you hope that you can avoid eating whatever you're gonna eat. Right. But if you don't do the things that you need to do to avoid them, then they're always gonna be talking and telling you, right?
Yeah, and it's finite, relying on willpower.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And what is willpower, really? Yeah. I mean, that's why I think it's like an illusion. Because you really just need solid plan. And the number one tip would be to eat enough. Eating enough is so important. We go through these periods where we restrict and then we binge and we crave, right? When you restrict, you crave. If you're not eating enough, you're going to start craving all kinds of crazy things. So it's like an elastic band. Like, the more you restrict, the more you restrict, the more you crave, and then you're just going to eat whatever. So eating enough is incredibly important. Don't skimp out on breakfast, lunch, snacks, or dinner or anything. Like, if you're going raw, it's hard too, because you're eliminating all of the really calorie dense foods. Like cooked foods, packaged foods, animal products, all of that stuff is really heavy, dense calories. So you get rid of all of that and you're left with really light calorie foods, right? And most people think a salad, like even a big salad is like, whatever. But they don't realize that because they're not eating those calories from those foods, they need to replace the calories with the raw foods. And if they're not eating enough raw foods, then you're going to have cravings. They're just going to come because you're not fueling your body up. So eating enough is key. Make sure you get those calories in and the nutrition, because I believe calorie restriction is nutrient restriction. And we don't want that. So eat enough. Then tip number 2 would be to plan. You want to plan your day out. If you plan breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I found it to be really helpful to plan the night before. Right? Before you go to bed, plan what you want to have for breakfast. Like, it takes 20 seconds. Watch. I'm going to have a banana date smoothie for breakfast.
Sounds good.
I'm going to have 3 cups or 4 cups of grapes as a snack. Then I'm going to make my French dressing for lunch. Then I'm probably going to have 3 or 4 bananas after lunch. And then I'm going to have what we're going to have tonight. Spaghetti. Noodles, cucumber noodles with marinated mushrooms and tomato sauce. So that didn't take very long, right? I just planned it out. You can write it down. If you plan it out, you're more likely to stick to it the next day. And also, if you're planning it out, you're planning it like higher calorie. So if you eat your high calorie breakfast, you eat your snacks, and you eat your lunch, it's much easier at dinner time, because most people have issues with dinner time. Most of us, if you're working a 9 to 5 job, you eat lunch around 11 or noon. and then you get off at 5:30. Maybe you stay at work for 15 minutes. It takes you a half hour to drive home. Maybe you have to pick up the kids. You have to go get that from the grocery store. You have to run an errand or whatever. You don't get home until 6:30, 7:30, and you've gone like 7 hours without eating anything.
That's a long time.
Yeah, and that's going to cause cravings because you're driving home and you're like, oh, I just want to. Yeah. And you're like, I don't have any willpower, but it's not the willpower. It's because you didn't eat.
Yeah.
Right.
You need food.
You need
now.
food. So one tip that really helps a lot of people is at lunch, because most people only have like half hour for lunch. Eat half your lunch at lunch and the other half at like before you leave work in your car, or if you're allowed to stay at work or whatever, stay at your desk, eat the rest. So you're driving home with a clear conscience. You're like, I made a good choice. Now I can drive home without having to worry about that. And then you can make a conscious, proper decision at dinner time when you get home. Yeah. So plan your day. Right. Plan it out.
Eat a lot, plan.
Exactly. So the third tip would be to change your reward cycle, your mindset. It's all up here.
It is.
So I'll give an example of this one. For me, my biggest addiction was Doritos. Eat a whole bag of Doritos for breakfast. And classic diet advice tells us to think of all the negative effects that the Doritos are going to do. Like, you're going to feel guilty, regretful, self-loathing. I suck. I don't have willpower. I can't do this. And then you feel like a rock in your stomach. You bloat up because of all the salt. Like, there's so many things that happen when you eat the Doritos, but we don't care about that. We're reward driven as a species. We want a reward. So when you think of the bag of Doritos, you're thinking about, it's gonna numb me. I'm gonna feel comfortable. I'm gonna feel like triggers memories from childhood. It's tasty, it's quick, it's easy, it's delicious, it's whatever you want to say. That's the reward. That's what's going to draw us to eat the bag of Doritos. Yeah. And no amount of the crappy stuff is going to deter us.
I'm not going to think about that. Just want the Doritos.
Right? You think about it and you're like, whatever. I'm just going to eat this.
Yeah.
So because that's the reward of getting that, we need to switch the reward. So instead of thinking of all the bad things that you're going to get, classic advice, right? Think of all the good things that you're going to get from making a positive choice. Yeah. Like, what are you going to feel if you eat a gigantic raw vegan salad full of nutrition and hydration? How are you going to feel?
Oh, I'm going to feel amazing. I'm going to feel full and satisfied and light and energized and ready to go.
And you're going to feel proud of yourself. Like, that's such a great reward. We want to feel proud of ourselves. Definitely. We want to feel like we're taking a step forward in our healthy lifestyle. Yeah. We want to feel freedom, which would be the opposite of feeling the regret and the guilt and all of that stuff. We want to feel free. Yes. We want to be tied down by all that. So eventually this stack of rewards grows incredibly and you're like, I want that. That's what I want. Yeah. So the next time you feel like you're having a craving for that other food, instead of thinking about that other food, like, switch your focus onto the positive. So what will you feel if you eat a giant raw vegan salad instead? And it helps a lot with cravings.
Yeah. Well, very good. So we got eat a lot of food, friends. Yes. More than you think you need, probably. Big portion. No portion control. Forget about portion control.
Exactly, right?
Plan ahead. Super important. Doesn't take long. And we got number 3, change your mindset. Think about the reward of making the good choice. And you're golden. Yep. Raw vegan long term. It's doable. It's possible. 2 examples right here. We're doing it. We're loving it. We're living it. We're thriving. So you too can thrive. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Lissa, for coming on. It was so glad I could share. And thank you so much for watching and being here. Please like this video if you like it. Subscribe for more. Check out the link in the description. You can go find Lissa on Lissa's Raw Food Romance.
Link in description.
YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. She's sharing lots of amazing information that's very helpful in changing lives, and tasty recipes too. Yes. Very good ones. I'm eating them right now. Much love to you. Namaste.
Mwah.